The kids are affected by hearing mom and dad fighting, but nobody tell them, hey, we are fighting. They pretend that everything is nice and cool. One thing that is very clear to me that, again, I can't stand for is when people ask, why did you stay there for so long? And it's like, you know what? It takes as long as it's going to take, because we are different. We are coming with from different backgrounds, and some people get to leave next week. Some people get to leave in 2 months, some in a year, some they never leave. But we cannot have somebody from outside judging what we're supposed to be doing. It's like, no, the idea of like, oh, I've been walking in your shoes. No freaking way. You never walk in my shoes. Nobody ever walk in my shoes. Stop saying that. Oh, I understand what you're going through. No, you don't. You don't. You have no idea what I went through. No idea how many nights I did not sleep. You have no idea how was it to not eat for days and portion the food for my kid and telling him, I don't know if I have food for you tomorrow, but guess what, kiddo? We don't need food. All we need is water, so we're gonna be fine. So don't tell me that, even if you've been in that situation with your kid, it's still not the same thing. Is going again, is like, you don't know my story. We get to connect to what we went through with feelings, right? So for somebody that never been even close to living that experience, to come and ask the question, why did you not leave earlier? I simply do not respond. I simply have no, because you know what? That also let us know, as soon we don't even explain and argue and respond, is when we actually made it out of the victimhood. And I know for myself, I left that victim place, but it took me about a decade to live the victimhood. And it transpired through complaints, which, oh my God, did I not complain? And maybe I still do every now and then, but I'm very aware, right? But I just complain all the time, even though the things were good. Why? Because it was rooted into being a victim. Unapologetic means like, I'm not a victim. The things that happen, and I'm grateful that they happened, because that they got me where I am today. But I'm not standing for any judgment. I'm not owning any explanation to anybody. I don't even care if you like it or not. I don't even care if you approve it or not. I don't. It's my life. It's my experience. And I'm not longer a victim of the events that I went through. Right. And it's such a good question. And we see that a lot, don't we? Here's what I'm gonna say. I can't tell her anything. I might sit down with her and have a conversation and try to understand if that's a lie or if that's a truth. And here's the difference. There is cases when that's a truth, when the parents, are not in any kind of the relationships, but they both parents have unconditional love for the child, and then could come to the agreement like, okay, we live in separate parts of the house, but we are here for the kids. And we see that happening, and we see that happening successfully. And it's everybody's choice, right? Because we cannot tell them what to do. Now, the biggest part of situation where I'm staying for the kids is this one, where I'm gonna take it, whatever that is, physical abuse, emotional abuse, because we have kids together, and I don't want to take my kid away from his dad or whatever. Now that it's really tied into that person belief, and I'm not talking like men abusing women, the other way around, it's valid too, women abusing men. So that ties into that victim, if we give it a role, belief. And when it's a lie, because I say that I want to find out if it's a truth or if it's a lie, it's a lie if they use the children as a human shield for not taking the responsibility to get the freaking out and find another way to do life, to protect the children, to model for the children, this is not how love looks like, to model for the children, nobody gets to treat you like this. So I think that's the outcome that I'm looking for. Like, what kind of parent do you want to be? Because it's like, generally, it's our role to model life for our children and prepare them for the future. Now, I choose to not model for my kid that as a man, you get to treat the woman however you want, right? Because here I am with the 6-year-old boy that he's watching this fight, and this, his mom has no response and just submit to whatever is required just to keep the peace in the house, right? And I'm like, I can't model that for my kid. First of all, I don't want him to become that man, or I don't want him to become a victim as I was, because we have no way of controlling which role the kid is going to submit to into a conflict like that. So what was important for me was to always be straightforward with my kid and being honest with my kid and telling him what's happening. And this is the hidden piece of staying for the children, is hiding from the children what's happening. Because the kids are not affected by mom and dad fighting. The kids are affected by hearing mom and dad fighting, but nobody tell them, hey, we are fighting. They pretend that everything is nice and cool. That's what is gonna mess up with their psyche. My kid is gonna be 18 in a couple weeks, and he has no confusion about his past. He has no questions about, mom, what happened? Why you didn't tell me that? No. I tell him what's happening. I tell him, he's like, what are we gonna do? And I say, I don't know. I have no idea where we go from here. So while other adults would advise, that's not for the kid, you need to protect your kid. For me, that's how I'm protecting my kid. I'm being honest and telling him, like, this sucks. I don't see a way out. I have no idea where we go from here. That's how I protect my kid. So then he was never confused. He has no questions about when we left or where we go. And we went through so much. He has no doubts. He has no question. He's very clear. Of course, I didn't go into the details. What was important for me was to translate to his level of understanding and let him know, like, this sucks. I didn't go there to say, oh, don't worry, everything is going to be fine. No, I went there and said, I don't know what's happening. I mean, we've been put out in the street in the middle of the winter, wake up from the sleep in barefoot in pajamas. And he was like, what? I'm cold, what's happening? And I said, let's go in. I said, we can't go in. The door is locked. He put us out. I couldn't tell my kid everything is going to be fine because I didn't believe that. I have no idea if we're going to freeze or not. It's only a lie using the children, stay for the children, if you don't tell them the truth.